do you remember that? So let's start with the big stuff here. We'll start on a world level and kind of work our way down here. So the first 10 athletes announced for the World's Strongest Man competition. We've got friend of the show, not adjacent friend of the show. He hasn't been on it yet, but we're going to work on that. The leader, the king of SCC Canada, or Strongman Corp Canada, Max Boudreau.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love seeing that.
I'm so excited. And he looks sick in that photo,
He looks
too.
really jacked.
Yeah.
Huge performance at North Americans, gave him a real kick in the butt that I think that he needed after some of the injuries that he's been suffering. Great performance at Giants Live, in the podium on that one, which gives him that instant kick up to Worlds, is my understanding.
The sickest overhead press of the year, I want to say.
Yeah, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But he's a guy where he wasn't there last year, and I think that kind of stood out as somebody who was like, that's weird that Max isn't there, especially with some of the other names that were invited. But he is back. He's in great form from what we're seeing from him lately. And Worlds is just a good competition for him. It's a very, it's a guy who, or as a guy who's, I mean, he's insanely statically strong, don't get me wrong. But he moves well. He's very explosive. He's athletic, and that's going to be it's usually a good competition for him.
And he's very fun to watch too.
Yes,
he's very entertaining, and he works with a crowd too. He has a personality.
Yep, super entertaining. Just like I've said before, the stuff that you see guys doing, and you're kind of like, come on, where they like fucking bang their heads and they're punching themselves and they're fucking screaming, whatever.
Right.
That's what Max does, but it's you don't go, come on, for a second. You see it and you're like, this guy's fucking
It's
intense.
not for a show, it's just who he is.
This is real.
Yeah.
So we love that. We love seeing Max there.
And he's also future Mr. Beliveau, so.
Future Mr. Beliveau, goodness gracious. Moving on to another one of Gian's favorites, the returning champion, Tom Stolman.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
Yeah.
I'm going to cry a lot this year,
if he
probably.
wins again? Yeah, yeah. What's your favorite thing about Tom Stolman? Why is he? Because I
don't want to do it.
Is he your favorite strongman?
Yeah, he is.
Why is he your favorite?
Because he's nice to his family.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he loves Dolly.
He does. Yeah, that's right. He did shout out Dolly on that.
So for Christmas one year, Tyler got me a cameo from Tom, and he made sure that he FaceTimed me while I watched the video, and I was out running errands and crying in public.
Yeah.
And also, so I love that he points up to the sky when he wins because he's pointing at his mom.
Yeah, him and his dad and Luke.
Yeah.
It's all very powerful stuff, hey?
Yeah.
How does it make you feel?
Nice.
Yeah.
Makes me feel nice. I don't want to cry.
Don't cry. So Tom Stolman, I think that he's a lot of people's favorites too, because he's just one of those big personalities and strong man.
He's very sweet.
He's he's very open and honest about his autism and the benefits and detriments that has to his strongman career. So he's a very fun guy to watch, and I don't think there's many people out there who don't cheer on Tom Stolman when he's doing his thing. On the other side of that coin, Mitch Hooper.
Yeah. Mitch is also there.
The other Canadian guy, Mitch Hooper, second place last year, looking to take it back. He's been on a pretty unbelievable streak this last little while. I would be really curious if you kind of took like a poll.
And damn it, is he healthy right now?
Yeah.
Fuck.
He's looking like he's in really good shape.
Yeah.
I'd be interested if you took a poll of like Canadian people who watch strongman, which would mostly be the athletes, I think, but like let's just say it's everybody. If you wanted Tom or the Canadian Mitch to win, I'd be curious to see what those numbers are like.
You know what? I feel like everybody loves him if you're not in the strongman community. If you are a fan, and if you're not involved in Canadian strongman,
it just doesn't really matter, right?
It doesn't matter. Like
That's
he's
true.
just, like he would be anyone's favorite who's not
I love
within the
watching
community.
him compete. To be clear, I think that he's
very impressive.
Yeah, he's an insane athlete, and I never try to take that away from somebody. Where it's like, even if you're watching, like if I watch something different, like something completely other than strongman, UFC, whatever, you can dislike someone's the way they present themselves, maybe, or their personality or whatever, but understand that they are a once in a lifetime athlete, which is exactly what Mitch Hooper is, and there's no taking that away from him. And I would say he's probably the odds-on favorite to win this year.
Yeah,
I think that Tom is never out of the running, but I think that Mitch is just like, he's on such a tear right now. It would really take something for somebody to. It would be really surprising for him not to take first. Never mind, get on the podium, whatever, right?
Right.
So that's exciting. We'll see how that goes. Another really exciting one that I think came a little bit of a surprise to me, but it's awesome to see is Martins Licis.
Yes.
We like Martins.
I like Martins.
Yeah, he's very fun to watch. And we were talking about this the other day. He's one of the very few strong men who has a good YouTube channel.
Yes.
I think him and Lucas Hatton are the only ones that I like, and they're so completely different.
Yeah.
They're not the same at all. Because Lucas is just exactly what I want to see from most strongmen. If you don't have like the creativity and the drive and desire to do what Martins is doing with the Strength Unknown series, which is amazing to watch, super fun. It feels like you're watching like a real like Discovery Channel kind of show.
Yeah, yeah.
And then if you're not doing that, just show in the trenches, hardworking information, like too. Like that's what Lucas does. That's really, really well. But that's all that I want to see is either the best that people can put out or the simplest, easiest to watch things that people can put out,
Right.
which is what Lucas does. And I those are both ends of the spectrum of really good stuff. And everyone falls in the center of being, I tried a CrossFit workout.
Yeah.
Or I ate my girlfriend's
These are my
dinner.
meals for the day
Yeah,
or
it's just like,
whatever,
man,
yeah.
that shit sucks.
Well, it's because it's so done. Like everything is in the middle is so done.
Yeah, it's all
Everybody
very
does it.
contrived.
Yeah.
And it's boring to me. And it's
Also,
all
shout out to Romark for making everything so beautiful.
yes,
on
absolutely.
Martin's channel.
Yeah, Gian and Romark are friends.
No, we met one time, and
But you're both Filipino, so
we're
it was
both
like,
Filipino.
yeah, it
So
was a
he's my
connection.
kuya. Yeah.
But like, oh shoot, oh yeah, and they always like the YouTube videos are always like the thumbnails are them going like, and then it's like the world's craziest hot sauce, and it's just like some stupid shit like that.
And
just
it's
like,
their
fuck.
wife, like,
Yeah, just keep that shit. Keep that. We don't need to see that. Also, and then somewhere on that spectrum too is like what Laws and Liz put out, which is like just good, solid content. Like
Yeah.
that's the only YouTube strongman stuff that I really watch.
Yeah.
Everyone else kind of sucks. And Jeffers, I actually watch Jeffers too.
Yeah, me too.
I watch the homies. Like I watch like
Yeah.
Brian Kitchen. I watch Jeffers. I watch Tristan hasn't put something out in a while, but I like the local guys because they're just doing training shit, and that's what I
Right.
want to see. And I
Oh,
want.
I haven't watched Brian's yet.
I watched it. I
I've been
like it.
meaning to.
Yeah.
Like he's just such a personality.
Yeah,
It's just very fun to watch
I knew his
him.
would be good, and I enjoyed
Yeah.
it. And it's just like I like to watch Jeffers so I can poke holes in what he's doing and make fun of him and stuff. That's where I get my information from, my content from my own show.
Poke holes in the walls too.
Absolutely. Shout out to Jeffers for pulling 1,000, right?
Stop.
He pulled 1,000, didn't he?
No, he didn't.
What happened?
I don't know.
Well, did he pull 950?
No. Stop. He's so bummed.
Oh, I thought that's weird. I thought okay.
Also, we were very stop. We were very annoying on his live stream.
I actually really enjoyed
As
that,
well.
and I think that's
was a
something.
lot of fun.
That's something that people could consider if you're going to do like a big lift like that.
Yeah.
Or I mean, really, if it's just like a big training day, whatever it might be, like just training for something. I know it's not exactly like conducive to probably like focusing on your workout and stuff.
Right.
But I really enjoyed that. It was fun to have like a live chat with it and stuff, and like
It
a bunch
felt
of
like
people
we were
jumped
sitting
in.
there
Yeah, we
with
were
them.
sitting right there.
Yeah.
Exactly. We like a bunch of the people that we like to talk to. We're just kind of hanging out in there, chatting about it, and giving Jeffers a hard time. And
Also, I was at home with a friend from work, and then I said, "Oh my god, we have to watch this." She doesn't give a fuck.
no.
She doesn't care, but she's nice enough to humor me because I really wanted to watch it live.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there making all these stupid comments, just roasting Jeffers. And
me and Gian were both. I was standing in front of the TV, but Gian's sitting on the couch with her friend, and we're both just looking at our phones, watching on the TV, and like doing the group chat thing on our phones. And it was I'm sure it was a very pathetic sight to see.
she was very nice about it.
Yeah,
She's
she
very
was
lovely.
very very friendly about it. Okay, getting back to some of the picks here for the strongman competition, World's Strongest Man. Maybe you've heard of it. Hapthor Bjornsson, very likely not to accept his invitation. He has a real beef with World Strong. I don't even know this or
Yeah,
not, but he's a real
yeah.
beef with World's Strongest Man, and he will probably not be there. So this is So I should
No,
say this.
but those
this
are
is
confirmed.
This is invited. This is not confirmed. I think I might have said confirmed athletes before.
Oh, it said, yeah.
It's just invited. So
Yeah.
League season, we don't know who's taking their invitations yet. Like Alexei Novikov, another one who has been invited. He's been dealing with a lot of injuries. I think that he'll take this because it's like Worlds, but he's laid low for the last little while because he's just not been in his normal
Yeah.
shape.
I think he's having a hard time saying no too.
I think so too.
Yeah.
And it's hard to say with a guy like that too, because as we all know, there's a little bit of something's going on in the Ukraine there, and it's hard to say how much he can afford to say no to.
Right.
He gets paid to do this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he gets sponsorship to do this stuff. So it's like maybe saying no isn't always an option when you're
Right.
taking care of
And when
who knows
you're
what in a war-torn country. You know
Right.
what I mean?
But when you're also passionate about something, which clearly all these men are,
Sure.
it's really hard to sit back and watch that world keep turning
Of course.
without you, right?
Absolutely.
Like that would be really hard.
Yep. Speaking of Ukraine, looking amazing in this photo that they picked of him. Pavlo Cordiaca.
He looks sick in that photo.
Yeah.
He looks like an old-timey strongman.
It's a if you haven't seen it, go to the World's Strongest Man and look at the page where they have the first 10 invited athletes, and he looks awesome in it.
And he's just in the middle, too.
Jacked like this.
Yeah.
Love Pavlo. Love watching him lift. Love watching him compete. Super technical lifter. Really coming into his own this last little bit too with some big performances. Also a guy who's dealing with the I keep losing the word that I'm looking for here. Conflict in Ukraine. So hard to say if these guys are really ever going to be at 100% in these competitions until their country being destroyed is not on their mind.
Right.
But it's good to see them as active as they have been. Pavlo's been posting a lot of his training. He's looking really good. Eddie Williams, the singing strongman, he had a good showing at WSM last year. He was one of the guys when he got invited. I was kind of like, Eddie Williams, like to Worlds, come on. He always does. He always goes to the Giants Live in Royal Albert. Does fine, but never like the top of the leaderboard or in the top half, I should say. But he did really well at the World's Strongest Man last year. He made it to the Stone Off, lost to Luke Stoltman. So not shocked that he gets another invite this year. Mm-hmm. Hopefully he can build on that. He's seems to be one of the nicer guys in strongman. He seems like very, very sweet guy.
I feel like everybody's nice except for
me.
Hooper. I'm being careful as if he's gonna watch this.
Yeah,
but
he don't want to get mad at you. Luke Richardson, coming back off of a couple of injuries, looked really great. Yeah, looked really great at his Giants Live performance. Mm-hmm. Second place, I believe he got there. So that's a great invite in my mind.
Crazy how young he is.
Yeah.
Doing this.
Yeah, he's called the future. He's been away for a little bit, and he's still the future because he's still such a young guy. Trey Mitchell.
Jeffer Senior.
Yeah. Trey's one that's going to be really, really fun to watch this year because since he's come back from that injury, he's just really seemed to turn it on. That huge deadlift that he pulled at the World Championships, the heaviest raw deadlift that's been pulled, I'm pretty sure was the number. I just love watching Trey compete. Seems like a very simple guy in a good way. You know what I mean? Like he just likes to lift weights and
he likes strongman.
Yeah, he likes strongman, and I love when they interview him because he's just like clearly he's not one of the guys who's been like had a mic shoved in his face many times in his life, and I just love hearing him talk. He's a very honest, simple guy. Like I keep saying he's simple, and I mean that in a good way. No, he doesn't.
He doesn't care about the fame.
I don't think he was a guy where he ever grew up being like, I want to be famous and being interviewed in front of 1,000 people. You know what I mean? Like I just don't think that was on his mind.
1,000.
Yeah. Sometimes. Yeah. Well. So that's the first 10, and it's already like if those guys all take their invites, that's the beginning of a very stacked competition there. So. Really excited to see how that goes. We hope that Max is able to accept his invite, and we hope to see him do really well. He's gotten the podium. He's gotten third before at Worlds, which is like very rare air to get to. Is that on that podium? And it'd be
not
great
a lot of men get to do that.
No, it'd be great to see him improve on that. But I'd love to see him. When you get third, there's not a whole lot of place to go up. But hopefully, I'd love to see it happen though.
Yeah.
And if he can show up in that shape that he was at for North Americans or Giants Live, doesn't seem crazy to me. So, moving on from that.